First question, did you get to bring any easels and your paint equipment down to the bubble?
Hey, I did. I can show you something pretty cool here we did with the team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I brought my stuff. Yeah.
I know you're only a couple days in there, but how's everything feeling to get the guys on the court and just your feeling on the first couple days?
Man, it's great getting on the basketball court, Blake. I'll tell you, just seeing these guys and just seeing their passion and the desire to get going, it's great.
Awesome, Coach. Glad to hear it. Thank you.
We'll head next to Steven with Sportsnet.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Steven.
We were just talking to Nick there, and he told us a little bit about his journey and like sometimes some of the experience that he brings. So what does that do to help your team here this season?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What does like Nick Stauskas' experience and like the kind of his journey that he went on, like what does that do to help with your team this season? Like what does he bring?
Well, obviously Nick is a great shooter. He's a veteran. He's been around, played overseas, played in the NBA, and we love his disposition. And we have a lot of young guys on our team also. So he brings on the basketball side, but also off the court is somebody people can go to and ask questions. It's always a valuable resource to have.
Just like a kind of a different question, but like Jalen Harris, I believe, has been down there with you guys. We haven't seen him very much with the Raptors, but like what have you seen of Jalen Harris? So what does he look like?
Well, he hasn't practiced with us yet. He's quarantining right now, and he should be out in a couple of days, and then we'll be able to lay our hands on him. But I was fortunate enough to we did a mini camp in Los Angeles, but also at practice when I was with the Raptors, got to work with them a little bit. So I'm pretty familiar with what I think he can bring to our team, and we're excited about it.
What is it do you think that he can bring to your team?
Well, he's a guy, obviously, he's a good athlete. He's got really good pace to his game, his scorer, and pretty athletic enough to keep guys in front and really bother the ball, which is very important in our defensive philosophy. And then the advantage that he has, he's been with the Raptors and he's been in our circuit and he understands the system and the expectation and our standards.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Patrick.
Thank you.
We'll head now to Doug Smith with the Toronto Star.
Patrick, how are you today, sir?
Hi, Doug. Doug, I didn't know you covered 905.
I'm everywhere, pal. I'm everywhere. I love that.
Well, I can tell you're everywhere, man.
I'm a Mississauga boy. I got to go for the home team.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey, you did when you were talking about Nick, about his maturity and his ability to help young men grow. In this league, that's a very important aspect of it, teaching these guys how to be professionals. How do you approach that as helping them grow as pros and as men?
Well, it's my responsibility, right? It's my responsibility to be here beyond the X's and O's. These are people with dreams and aspirations and goals. And I find myself in this leadership position to be able to help them reach those goals and achieve those goals. And having people around that can, talk with them. I was fortunate enough to have played professionally. But also I played in the G League. And then I've coached in the G League before. So I understand the reality of their position and being able to relate to them in a way that's very personal. I'm not imagining. I've been where they have been. I've been hopeful also, and I've had my hope denied. And I've had to find another route to success. And then just having people you can talk to and ask questions, it's huge. And I'm glad that Nick can provide that for us. But as far as I'm concerned, it's part of my job to make sure that, hey, guys are hopeful as they're chasing their dream, but also in me and our staff, they have a place where they can hear the truth, right? And reality, and help them get to their next, whatever that next is.
When you were talking to, I guess, Mazai and Chad and Bobby about this opportunity, was that part of the reason that you wanted to explore it? Because you were on the bench of an NBA championship team, and we'll just take us through the steps to get you where you are today.
Well, Doug, I've been in the NBA for what, almost 9, 10 years, right? And I learned. I've been fortunate enough. I was sharing my stat with my staff yesterday that listen, it's great to be exposed to different things, being part of different organizations, different basketball families, and then you see the culture and you see things that you like and you don't like, and things too. I think this was the next step. I have a passion for leading men. I have a passion for leading people, and when this opportunity came about, it was a no-brainer. I've been with the Raptors for 5 years now, and kind of this is something different, and I think this really helps me refine my leadership skills, but also learn and see the game from a different perspective and a different chair. And then, but the most important thing though, being able to directly impact these 10, 12 guys on a daily basis, it's just an opportunity I couldn't pass up on.
That's outstanding. Thanks so much, Patrick. Enjoy the bubble life.
Thank you, Doug.
We'll head now to Andrew with Raptors Republic.
Hey, Coach. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Andrew.
You're a first-time head coach, and I mean, you must be excited. Someone's going to be handing you a clipboard. You're not going to be giving someone else the clipboard. You're going to be the one drawing up the plays. What kind of excitement are you feeling heading into this? As it's your first time doing something as well.
I'm very, very, very excited. I'm really excited, and I have great people around me. But Andrew, I don't make it about me. And to me, as I prepare, is just to make sure that we put everybody in the right spot to grow and to go ahead and go to a better opportunity. So it takes a lot of preparation, but the excitement, I think that's the part that excites me the most, that the opportunity to help a whole lot of people at the same time. But yeah, the part of drawing up, getting the board handed to me and all that stuff, I mean, it's great. I just got to make sure I draw up the right plays.
And I was wondering, I'm so interested in timeout timing strategy. There's
Yes.
the one camp where like a team goes down 2-0 and a coach doesn't see what they like. They call a timeout right away. Or they're like Phil Jackson and they let them play through it. Have you thought about sort of how you might implement the timing of your timeouts?
All the time. When I watch games, every day I watch a lot of games. I'm not watching NBA games. I'm watching European games, and I'm constantly trying to figure out what would I do here. Why did I make this? What did he make this decision? Did he pay off? What is our philosophy here? And that has been great because it just forces me to think differently, right? When you're behind the bench, yes, you look at it, just because it's my nature to study. But now that I'm gonna have to make those decisions, it's important. And listen, Coach Nurse helped me too, because he told me, hey, those decisions are best made before you have to make them. So you gotta know what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it. And the only way to do it is watch others, because I haven't coached 2,000 games to be able to rely on my experience. So I better make sure I'm studied, I'm prepared, and then so I can make the most informed, well-informed decision in those moments and help us win basketball games.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
A few more for you here. We have Aaron Rose from SI.com. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, thank you for doing this. My question, I've been asking a couple of the guys. Do you think the level of the G League is going to be a little bit better this year because some guys didn't go overseas because of the pandemic and decided to stay closer to home?
I would think so. But the fact that I wasn't in the G League last year, it's hard for me to have something to compare to. But from what I'm hearing, yes.
And I wanted to ask you about the Ignite team. How does that sort of change things for you? How are you going to game plan sort of against young kids? Are they the same as everyone else, or are there things you're going to try and do different because they're such a strange team?
That's a good question. Honestly, right now I'm concerned about our team, making sure that we understand what our expectations are, playing to our standards. That's my main focus right now. What Team Ignite does and who they have right now is it's not what's at the forefront of my mind. The Raptors 905 and the guys we have in this room are our primary focus. We'll get to Ignite, and then when we get there, I'm sure we'll be well prepared to face them.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Our last question in English is going to go to Amy from NBA TV Canada.
Hi, Coach. Just really
Hello.
quick, the ball's going up in 10 days and we are officially playing. So what are your priorities in this camp?
Well, we have to make sure that by the time we play, we have clarity on what the expectations are both offensively and defensively, and then just play to our standards. That's the main thing. You know, that's our main goal, and we do everything with that in mind. And there's a great sense of urgency to make sure that we all ready to go when the ball goes up.
And I know you're experienced with the G League and the NBA, but this is different than anything we've seen before, right? Like there's the schedule so compact. Are you kind of predicting even yourself having to change some ways, maybe you scout games or go about games just based on the schedule? And can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Without getting into too much detail, yes, you know, the nature of this competition is such that we have to take into account that we don't have a lot of time. I think we have 5 real practices this whole season. So a lot of the work has got to be done now. A lot of the teaching will be done through film, and then the scouting. The games are coming pretty quickly, and we have a lot of young coaches. Some have never done a scout before. So we're going to make sure that we accompany them, but also we help them grow. So we got to, you know, keep all that in mind as we go forward. Well, definitely, yes. It changes your day to day. It changes your approach. Yes, you wish you had more time to instill certain things and to install certain things, but you don't have that time, but it's okay. We all have the same amount of time, and we just got to be sharp. We got to move with urgency and be very strategic on how we practice, when we practice, what we teach, how we teach it. So it really forces us to be efficient.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Coach, we're going to end en français with Raphaël from Radio Canada.
Hey!
Bonjour, Monsieur Mutumbo, ça va bien?
Bonjour, ça va?
Oui. Dis-moi si je me trompe, mais il s'agit de votre premier rôle d'entraîneur-chef dans le basketball professionnel. Est-ce que c'est une opportunité que vous avez demandée ou on vous l'a proposée cette année?
C'est une bonne question. C'est une opportunité qu'on m'a proposée, à laquelle j'ai réfléchi et j'ai pensé que c'était extra le fait qu'on me l'ait proposé et que, après avoir pris le temps d'y réfléchir, que c'était c'était la prochaine étape que je devais prendre. Et donc, c'était à partir du moment où c'était clair dans mon esprit que j'avais l'opportunité de venir aider, j'avais l'opportunité de travailler sur moi-même, aussi de mener une équipe. C'était clair que je devais accepter la position.
Bon, à Toronto seulement, vous avez évolué avec Dwayne Casey, avec Nick Nurse. Est-ce qu'on va voir une réplique des Raptors de Nick Nurse avec le 905 ou est-ce que vous allez y aller de votre propre mentalité, de votre propre style de jeu?
Les deux. Parce que je pense que ce qu'on a montré avec les Raptors, c'est que notre système marche, il est productif. Maintenant, ce dont il faut tenir compte, c'est le fait que, Raphaël, il y a différents joueurs ici. Vous n'avez pas le même calibre de joueurs, vous n'avez pas, peut-être pas encore la même intelligence de jeu, vous n'avez pas les mêmes dons et talents. Donc, forcément, on va devoir ajuster notre méthodologie par rapport à ce qu'on a ici. Donc, mais la philosophie en général reste très similaire, mais aussi il y a le fait que nous avons tous une certaine individualité qui est encouragée finalement. Hein, mais je suis de la philosophie que c'est mon travail, c'est de faire en sorte que les joueurs que nous avons dans le staff, les joueurs que nous avons dans l'équipe soient mis en évidence. Et donc, nous développons les systèmes par rapport aux dons et talents que nous avons à notre disposition. Et ça diffère de ce que les Raptors ont à leur disposition.
Et dernièrement, dans le contexte social de la dernière année ou même des 2 dernières années, il y a un mois tout spécial qui débute aujourd'hui, c'est le mois de l'histoire des Noirs. Les entraîneurs-chefs dans le basketball professionnel de couleur se font quand même assez rares aujourd'hui. Est-ce que vous voyez votre poste comme une chance ou plutôt comme la preuve du progrès qui a été fait dernièrement?
Non, je pense que bon, je suis dans cette position, certainement, je suis reconnaissant, mais je pense qu'à ce niveau-là, il y a encore énormément de travail qui doit être fait, notamment lorsqu'on regarde dans la ligue, dans la NBA, il y a 30 équipes et je pense qu'il y a 4 ou 5 entraîneurs noirs, mais la majorité des joueurs, je pense que les Noirs représentent 80% des joueurs. Imaginez, on doit se le dire franchement, imaginez le hockey sur glace et que la majorité des coachs soient noirs. Ça choquerait. Ça choquerait. Et donc, je pense que c'est une conversation qu'on doit continuer à avoir. C'est quelque chose dont on doit continuer à parler. Bon, maintenant, je suis là. C'est à moi de faire le travail, mais je suis reconnaissant aux Raptors. Je suis reconnaissant d'être dans cette position, mais la conversation, le sujet doit être abordé et on doit continuer à discuter parce qu'il y a énormément de travail à fournir à ce niveau.